Welcome, Andrew. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So you've been in Berlin for several years now, and you're really resonating with the global startup ecosystem that we have here. So can you please share us more about the story of Silicon Alley?
That's right, thank you. Silicon Alley started in 2011 by two US entrepreneurs who moved to Berlin for different reasons. And they wanted essentially to take the spirit of Silicon Valley, which they'd both spent time in with their own startups, to Berlin. In a sense of community is what we know now. Now, in 2011, there wasn't so many meetups at all in Berlin. There wasn't the sense of community in terms of events or the culture of exchange like there is now. So they were kind of quite pioneering, I guess, in that stage. And they started by hosting a meetup primarily for international founders in Berlin. To exchange ideas and create, like I say, the sense of community that we know now. So it was kind of an open door for founders to meet and support each other's work. And it's kind of continued by becoming the first English language blog for the Berlin tech scene. And then by hosting events and gaining momentum that way, they kind of created a brand, let's say. And that's evolved into the campus and then subsequently the Berlin Founders Fund that we have today.
And thank you, Andrew. And it's a huge campus that you have. And so I know that Techstars is housed there and so many of really famous Berlin startups.
Yeah.
And so can you tell us a bit more about Berlin Founders Fund? So it was launched in 2019, right?
That's right. Around 6 months ago now, the end of 2019. It's part of the Berlin Startup Stipendium. So various groups in Berlin were awarded the financing, and we chose to create the Berlin Founders Fund and provide what we're classing as a decentralized accelerator type program, where we're supporting founders in their particular needs, as opposed to holding their hand. Let's say we're supporting their particular needs by the strength of our network. And also the funding that's provided by the Berlin Senate and European Social Fund.
Very cool. And so what is the selection process? And I know that you focus now on a lot of international startups too.
Yes, that's right. So essentially, the Berlin Founders Fund is open continually. A founder can apply at any time through the website. So by doing that, it's the continuous nature of it means that an application can come obviously at any time from anywhere in the world, and each application gets considered fairly. And we've got a process whereby we ask our network to join us on a monthly basis to review the startup pitches, and from there they get filtered into obviously the better ones, get considered for funding. And even if they're a startup who aren't kind of meeting the criteria, or we can't really find a fit for them, we can still provide for them in terms of connecting with our network. And we've got many international partners which we've built up over the years. So we're still supporting even the startups who aren't technically part of the Berlin Founders Fund. We're still allowing them to become part of our network and grow our community of founders that way.
So even if you're a founder based in Japan, you can still apply, and it's on rolling basis?
Very much so. We've not had many from Japan, but it'd be great to have a few more, obviously. And for sure, we're Silicon Alley are well positioned to assist Asian startup founders, and we'll be looking forward to receiving them, hopefully.
Very cool. So as far as community, also you host monthly meetups and
yes.
Now digitally as well. So so I know you shared with me before, so that you're looking also for more Japanese corporates or some experts. So what is your call to action?
Very much so. Well, I'd say anybody interested in the Berlin Founders Fund or Silicon Alley as well, to contact via the website. The website's comprehensive and includes all the social channels and obviously email address. So I direct any Japanese corporates, any Japanese founders to siliconalley.com. and connect with our team that way.
So thank you so much. So we do have one community question. If it's a founder in Japan, so what kind of support, if you can just maybe share more details about the Berlin Founders Fund?
Yes. So, for example, a Japanese founder applied and they received the stipendium. They received became part of the Berlin Founders Fund. Essentially, we provide the opportunity for them to move to Berlin. We assist them with their administration. We help them get settled here, and like I say, connect them with our network as well. So we provide I guess we cover the bureaucratic side of it, and also allow them to become part of our network and to feel that they're becoming established in Berlin, and kind of helping their business grow in Europe.
Very cool. I know even you provide like legal support as well.
That's right. As part of the startup, the Berlin Founders Fund, there's also free legal mentoring as part of that too. So, the nature of early stage startup means there's a lot of assistance required from different bodies, and the legal mentoring is part of it, and that allows them to essentially create a business in Berlin and help establish themselves and hopefully grow their startup from Berlin.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Andrew. Do you have anything else you'd like to share as far as like your pitch up events or anything?
I'd encourage the Japanese community to check us online on our social channels, where we're hosting our next Pitch Up event, which is the hallmark event for the Berlin Founders Fund. We're hosting 3 during the summer, and I'd encourage the Japanese founders to apply for that. And because it's online, it means that there's a certain leveling, and we can hopefully have Japanese founders included in the next Pitch Up. But SiliconAllee.com, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Thank you so much. We just received one more question from the community. There are many incubator accelerators programs for early stage entrepreneurs and startups in Berlin. How about building a strong ecosystem around more mature, seasoned growth stage companies that will attract some strong investors? I know it's pretty general, but what are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, valid point. The Berlin Founders Fund is focused at pre-seed startups. I guess we're the plan is to build something that can be sustainable beyond the 2-year period. And once we get the first stage right, then we can perhaps focus on the later stage startups as well. But it's not to say that we can't help at the moment. We have a strong network in Berlin. And if any of the corporates want to connect with us to initiate a future project, then we'll be open to hear about it.
Very cool. Thank you so much for your time, Andrew.
Thank you, Elena.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
So please connect with Andrew.